it's Amy May. So for my video presentation, we're going to be going over the elements and monologues we'll be doing class. So for the elements, there's 4 of them. There's earth, air, fire, and water. And each one have different characteristics that make them unique. And I'm just going to go through each one individually and tell you what they mean to me and give a little demonstration. So for earth, it's very strong, it's sturdy, it's unyielding, it's unshakable. It's the ground floor. So when I think of earth, I think of those superheroes that's almost like crouched down and ready to, just kill. So it's like that, and if you were to come up behind them, you can't move them. Or my cousin, I'm not gonna name his name, but when he was younger, he used to walk like this. Feet were spread apart, his arms were out like that. When he was younger, y'all, he don't do this now, but he used to walk like this. And we used to call him hard, because I have no idea why he walked like that, but that is how I imagine earth energy walking. And next there is air, and air is very floaty, it's very light, so air just does its own thing, it's very free. So when I go into air, I feel liberated because it allows me to escape the gravity of earth and just go up and just be a heavenly body, okay? So like I said, it's very light, it flows, and so when I think of air, I think of kids, or just an adult, in a field of flowers skipping. La, 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 la. Or y'all ever seen the fairies, just doing their little fairy dance? That's what I think of when I think of air. Another one is maybe just like reaching up, but being very graceful with it, because air, rises and it's just going up, 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 up. So that's what I think air is. And for fire is just very antsy. It's constantly on its toes. It can do this, it can do that. It's very, unpredictable. And fire is not only destructive, but it can also be like good. It brings heat, it brings light. It's comforting in a way. It can be a very, small little candle, or it can be a boom, volcano erupting. So there's this guy on YouTube. He's constantly doing this with his hands. Always doing this and nodding his head like he's plotting some evil. So I think he has some, pent up fire energy in him that, he needs to release. Or it can be as simple as tapping your foot. I'm guilty of this all the time, or just constantly moving. That is fire. And then water, very relaxed, chill, it's cool, it's calming. So, and it's also very sensual. So I'm gonna walk like I'm trying to seduce somebody, which I would never do, but okay. So that is water, and it's very flowy, has no locks, it just bees, and it doesn't think, it's very chill, which is good. And for my monologue, it's from An Ideal Husband by Oscar Wilde, and the character I'm going to be playing is Mabel. And Mabel, throughout the play, I think she's an air energy because she's very youthful, she's energetic, she's vibrant, and she doesn't take things, to heart too much. She's very lighthearted, she doesn't like seriousness a lot, and she actually tells her, her male gentleman not to be so serious a lot. And, but, like anybody else, when she gets riled up, when she gets passionate about something, she has that fire energy, like when Tommy keeps proposing to her in the monologue. So without further ado, here's my monologue. Well, Tommy proposed to me again. Tommy does nothing but propose to me. He proposed to me last night in the music room when I was quite unprotected, as there was an elaborate trio going on. I did not make the smallest repartee, I need hardly tell you. If I did, it would have stopped the music at once. Musical people are so absurdly unreasonable. They always want one to be perfectly dumb at the very moment one is longing to be absolutely deaf. And then he proposed to me in broad daylight this morning, in front of that dreadful statue of Achilles. Really, the things that go on in front of that work of art are quite appalling. The police should interfere. At luncheon, I saw by a glare in his eye that he was going to propose again. But I managed to check him in time by assuring him that I was a bimetallist. Fortunately, I don't know what bimetallism means, and I don't believe anybody else does either. But the observation shocked Tommy for 10 minutes. He looked quite shocked. And then he is so annoying in the way he proposes. If he proposed at the top of his voice, I shouldn't mind so much. That might produce some effect on the public, but he does it in a horrid, confidential way. When Tommy wants to be romantic, he speaks to him like a doctor. I am very fond of Tommy, but his methods of proposing are quite out of date. Gertrude, I wish you would speak to him and tell him that once a week is quite often enough to propose to anybody, and it should always be done in a manner that would attract some attention. Thank you. See y'all in class.